So, first step in finding the standard deviation in a probability distribution, it's similar as in finding a regular standard deviation. We're going to find the mean. And since we just learned how to do that, 0 times 0.15 is 0. 1 times 0.2 is 0.2. 2 times 0.25 is 0.5. 3 times 0.4 is 1.2. We'll find the sum of that. We're getting the mean of 1.9. Probably I should be using mu and not x bar, but for the purpose of this video, that's fine. So the next step is to subtract the mean from each of the x values. Notice I'm not using the probabilities, I'm using the x values. So 0 minus 1.9 is negative 1.9. 1 minus 1.9 is negative 0.9. 2 minus 0.9, 1.9 is 0.1, and 3 minus 1.9 is 0.1. So that's the mean, x minus the mean. And then as in a regular standard deviation, we're going to take those differences and square them. So that means negative 1.9 times negative 1.9, we're squaring negative 1.9 squared, negative 0.9 squared, 0.1 squared, and 1.1 squared. So then we're going to take those values now, and here's where it's a little bit different from the rest. We're going to multiply by the p of x. So my next column down in my table is going to be x minus the mean squared times the probability of each of those happening. So I'm going to take 3.61 and multiply it by 0.15, 0.81 times 0.2, 0.01 times 0.25, 1.21 times 0.4. So now I'm going to find the sum of all these squared areas times the frequency of it happening. So let's see, 0.5, bear with me while I type this in my calculator, plus 0.162, plus 0.0025, plus 0.484. Well, when I do this right now, I'm getting a sum. So I'm getting the sum of all those values is equal to 1.19. And that's the variance. And to get the standard deviation, of course, just as before, we're going to take the square root of that. And that's getting me 1.091 if I round. Okay, so that's the standard deviation for this probability distribution. Notice when they say at least 2 decimal places, I would probably have typed in more than that just to make sure I'm getting it right. Hope that helps.